Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate, where we were studying a few basics about the Goods and Service Tax under Central Goods and Service Tax Act 2017. Continuing that series, Section 2, Clause 31, Consideration. Consideration is a payment made in money or otherwise for the supply of goods or services or both. Payment is made by the recipient or any other person. Payment is made in money and it is of monetary value of any act or a forbearance for the supply made in the course of supplying goods or services, whether made by recipient or by any other. But this does not include the subsidies given by the central government or any state government. Section 2, Clause 31, Consideration, Subclause B. The monetary value. The monetary value which has been paid for any act or forbearance with respect to, in response of, or for making the supply of goods or services or both, whether they have been made by the recipient or any other person, they have been made by the recipient or any other person, and this does not include the subsidy which has been given by the central government or state government, provided with respect to the deposits which has been given with respect to supply of goods or services or both shall not be considered as a payment made for such supply. It will not be considered as a payment made which is for supply unless the supplier who applies for such deposit as a consideration for such said supply, unless the supplier who uses such deposit as a consideration for supply made, but deposit made with respect to supply of goods or services or both shall not be considered as a payment made for the consideration. But when unless the supplier of goods or services or both uses this deposit as a consideration to be paid with respect to the sale supply, then it would fall under the definition of consideration. But the subsidies which has been received by the person paid in the subsidies given by the central government or state government shall not be under the definition of consideration, and it includes any payment made whether in money or otherwise with respect to or in response for supply of goods or services or both, and paid by the recipient or any other person. The monetary value which has been paid for any act or forbearances with respect to inducement or supply of goods or services or both, and made by the recipient or by any other person.